We have a message here from Vijaya Geetha Pathange. And Vijaya writes, great to watch during the time of Wesak and reflect on the teachings and ponder on how to practice. As a researcher of clinical health psychology, I'm looking into the various aspects of the teachings that can be used to transform sickness. Vijaya, I want to thank you for writing that to us, because yes, meditation and practice can help by curing so many things within. Many sicknesses arise from the mind gone astray. People who become locked on negative ideas of duality and then begin to foster all kinds of angers and frustrations, and these compound and they actually become those blockages in our system that don't allow the blood and the energy, the chi to flow. And when you have those chi blockages, then all kinds of sickness arise. So a really important part of self-cure, of preventive medicine, is in fact meditation. And that can actually stop a lot of diseases from arising. And when they do arise, sicknesses and illnesses, it can actually dispel them and cure them. So I think this is great. I hope you can bring meditation more into your own clinical practice. And I really think it should be brought into clinical practices across the world, regardless of religion or faith or government, whatever. This is just good health. Thank you, Vijaya. Jai. I'm Laurence Brahm, producer and director at Shambhala Studio. And I want to thank all of you for following us and watching our films, Searching for the Lotus-Born Master, and our most recent film, Return of the Lotus-Born Master. Many of you had comments, and I tried my very best to respond to as many comments as we've had come in from everybody. Sometimes I can't keep up with all of you, but I try my best between film shoots and some of our projects. And what I'd like to do is just respond to a few of them here on YouTube, because on our YouTube channel, because I feel that these are some really interesting comments and want to share them with all of you. Okay, so this evening I have a really interesting message from BB. It's a little long. I want to read it to you all. Thank you for sharing this with us. I wept when I watched the first installment. So much about this reminds me of the stories of my Nordic ancestors, which teach of a time after Ragnarok, the unwinnable war, in which all the fighting against one another and nearly everything is destroyed, in which Lif and Lif Asir, life and the tenacious will to thrive despite adversity, will emerge from the fallen and destroyed tree of life, Yggdrasil, and spread an infinite field of green abundance. Heaven on earth. And it sounds like Shambhala, which of course is already here right now, if we simply allow it to be. These two films you have created, they give me hope. I think of the prophecies of all the lands, the Hopi, the eagle, and the condor, the four directions coming together at a pivotal moment. And I have hope, mostly that I will live to see this day. These are incredible times to be living through. This film is a blessing. Thank you. BB, I want to thank you for your support and most importantly for sharing the Nordic teachings, because these ideas are universal. They are beyond the limits of GPS coordinates. We are all on a journey to understand the nature of phenomena within the universe and within ourselves simultaneously. And of course, in the epic battle of Shambhala, this is a battle that we have seen again and again throughout world history, but it's also a battle within ourselves to overcome those negativities, which if each and every one of us does it together, then there will be no adversity. We will be in a world that is Shambhala. So I want to thank you, Bibi, for sharing the ideas that you have in Nordic culture and bringing out the point that they spread to Hopi, Native American, all cultures actually. share these ideas at their quintessential form. I want to thank you and everybody else for joining us on this journey to Shambhala. So this evening we have a message from Denise Gagnier. She writes about Shambhala. It exists in the Tibet mountains. If you can traverse the dimensions into 5th D, and you can find it, but no one is allowed to go there unless you have attained samadhi and can commune with the higher dimensions, beings in Shambhala, where when they have enlightened beings who have resided from eons ago inside the mountain, keeping care of the host and all source creations. I believe this is our precious Earth Gaia would not have been made it to the Aquarian age we are now shifting into. Denise, I want to thank you very much. We do have a sequel coming up to our earlier Shambhala work. It's in production. Right now it's scheduled for the early part of 2022, called the Lotus-Born Master and the Shambhala Access Code. And through this film, I think we're going to be able to decode that access code and find out why we're in such a troubled time, and why in many ways there seems to be blockages to us opening the gates of Shambhala and being in that era of Shambhala, which is a future that we can bring about with our mind anytime we want by just flipping the switch from negativity to positivity, to opening the heart and embracing the fact that we are all interconnected beings on this planet and maybe in other universes as well. So I want to thank you so much, Denise, for sending us this message. And yes, the age of Aquarius is upon us with the age of Shambhala. It's one age, the future that we will all bring about through the change of our own recognition of the nature of phenomena. Thank you, Denise. This evening I have another message from Charlene Martial, and she writes, could you tell me, how did you feel being touched by all of these sacred things? It should have been a hell of an experience. Well, it was a heaven of an experience, Charlene. And the journey was really one of awakening for myself and the entire Shambhala team. Our film studio team continues on a journey of awakening. Every step we take, every production we do, we learn new things. We meet new lamas and also amazing leaders in science and technology, and realize how interconnected wisdom can be. We just have to really break down these artificial barriers that are created by institutions or politics or funding organizations, and really think about how these ideas are so integrated to our own understanding of the universe and ourselves, our place of being, and how we should be in this entire matrix. And so, yes, Charlene, every single cave we've been in, every mountain that we have climbed, every sacred lake where we have been at, either meditating or filming, have been places and energy fields that have helped us to understand the nature of phenomena, ourself and the universe. And that journey of understanding continues. And we have more films coming both this year, 2021, we're expecting to be able to finish our newest production, the DECODED, Lotus-Born Master, and the Event Horizon. And we've got a really special production being planned right now for 2022, and more expeditions and journeys to sacred places ahead. So thank you, Charlene, for joining us on this journey. I got a message this evening from At This Lotus Feet. Wow, that's a pretty cool name. At This Lotus Feet writes, looks like you have heard the call of the Dakini. Making this beautiful documentary is how the universe has chosen to unlock the code and reach the mass. Nothing happens without a reason. You are already blessed. Much love to you. And much love to you At This Lotus Feet. Thank you so much. Yes, we have heard the call and are following the Dakini's footsteps and trying to share all that we can uncover and reveal along this journey with everybody else. And now we have just revealed the return of the Lotus-Born Master, decrypting the Dakini Code, which is our second film in this series of expeditions searching for the Lotus-Born Master and his teachings. And we will be continuing to follow the footsteps of the Dakini with our upcoming production and expeditions called the Dakini Code, the Lotus-Born Master, and the Event Horizon. And we'll be looking not only at the Lotus-Born Master's teachings in relation to quantum physics, but how they are in fact the foundation of many of the things that we call today astrophysics. So I want to really thank you and thank everybody for continuing with us on this journey of uncovering and discovery. So thank you so much as we look to decode and decrypt the Dakini Code.